Yo, what's going on with sports people? This your boy Larry, and check it out. This week I wanted to talk about some of the top wide receivers coming up in the draft. Um, so far, here's the class. You have Jamar Chase from LSU, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, both from Alabama. Kadarius Toney from Florida, Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, um, Austin Watkins from University of Alabama at Birmingham, and a couple of other guys you see listed here. Um, I'm not really going to talk about who's going to what team because I don't really get into that kind of speculation. I will tell you my choice for the top three to come off the board, and I wanted to talk about some of the tangibles, such as like route running and things of that nature. So check it out. Let's get started. Me personally, my top three guys off the board is going to be Jamar Chase from LSU, Jalen Waddle from Alabama, and his teammate Devontae Smith from Alabama, who won the Heisman this year. Those are my top three guys coming off the board this year. As far as intangibles, hey, I'm gonna go like this. The best hands in the draft and the best route runner in the draft is gonna be Devontae Smith from Alabama. The guy that won the Heisman this year. He had 5 drops and 189 catchable balls in the last 2 seasons. The only downside to this guy is his size. He's 6'1", 175 pounds, and I mean, if you've seen him, play for Alabama, he, pretty much one of the skinniest guys on the field. So he's going to need to definitely bulk up before to play with some of these physical corners, in the league. My second is going to be the best deep threat, and to me, the best deep threat in the draft this year is going to be Jalen Waddle from Alabama. And, just to put it simple, guys, that saying speed kills. And this guy has speed in all directions, not just straight line speed, but, he can stop and start from any position. And, this guy's a burner. His highlight reel isn't all that long because, he played, the year before he played as a true freshman. And he put up some hell of a numbers then. He, what was it, like 45 catches for 858 yards? And, playing for Alabama as a true freshman, you really don't get to see a whole lot of playing time because we all know Alabama has a stable of wide receivers, running backs, at every position. So it's amazing to see this guy put up those kind of numbers in his freshman year. He didn't do too much this year. He had a broken ankle. So he, I think, if I can remember right, he played maybe 4 games, 3-4 games, and he got the broken ankle. So, like I said, it's gonna, it's gonna take some time once he gets into the league. But I definitely think that as far as big plays, every time Alabama had a big play in the last 2 seasons, he was one of the guys coming down with the ball. So, my best deep threat is going to be Jalen Waddle. The best release off the line. You hear a lot of analysts and scouts talk about guys, the receivers getting off the contact at the line, and the best guy at that, and here's a name that I'm pretty sure you haven't heard of, but it's Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. This guy's not the fastest, but he's 6'2", 210 pounds, and he is physical. I mean, very physical getting off the line. So downfield contact isn't going to be an issue for this guy. And he's a good route runner. So the only downside to him is he's had a couple drop passes, and scouts don't like that. But as far as getting off the line, running his routes, and being physical, this guy's everything you want in a receiver. Best after the catch, or as you hear it nowadays, yards after the catch. That is going to go to Terrence Marshall over at LSU. This guy, he's 6'3", perfect size, perfect target, and I mean just dynamic after the catch. I mean, this guy, you cannot keep your eyes off this guy, when you're watching the LSU game. Lastly, the best contested catch is gonna go to Jamar Chase out of LSU. And let me tell you this much. I could have put this guy in every category, on this list because he's that good. I mean, hands down, one of the most complete receivers in the draft this year. He didn't play last year. He opted out, because of COVID and things like that. But the season before, his sophomore season, this guy put up had 84 catches, 1,780 yards, and 20 touchdowns. tell you what, you didn't have a rookie receiver in the NFL that put up those numbers last year. So I tell you what, Jamar Chase is definitely going to be a beast in this draft. I tell you what, as far as going 1, 2, and 3, I would almost say it's going to be, I would say Devontae Smith's going to be the first receiver off the board. Jamar Chase will be second, and Jalen Waddle will be third. So, like I said, guys, that it's going to be an interesting wide receiver draft this year, and check it out. I'm not done with this. My next review we got coming up. I'm gonna do some running backs. Quarterbacks. That's been done, and it's too easy. We all know who the top quarterbacks is, so it's kind of redundant to do that list. But hey guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. For now, go ahead and get on my research for the running backs. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you stay tuned. And I'll see you next week.